What's up, Tiger Gang? It's JT from the Poco Moonshine family. We're back again with another episode of Chatting with Carnivores. Today we got Per Aksel from Norway goes carnivore. He's got the coolest name, you guys. Per Aksel. How is that, man? I love it. How you doing, bud?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. It's a bit late here in Norway, but up and about. So
You
yeah,
guys, he was a trooper. I didn't realize he was out of the country. I should have realized with the name goes carnivore. I just wasn't thinking, and I sent him my normal link. And normally I schedule all my guests outside the country just manually at a time that works for us. So it's 2 a.m. by him, you guys. He's a trooper. He's staying up late for us. So I really appreciate you, my dude. I'm sorry about that again. Um,
thank you. I hear that my laptop is going. Just hang on, I need to turn it off.
okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you guys, it's 2 a.m. by him, so he's staying up late for us, and he wants to talk carnivore. So I hope you guys are ready.
There we go. There we go.
Where are you from, and where are you at now, as far as your location?
I live in Sarpsborg. That's a city like 15 miles south of Oslo, just by the Swedish border. So
Is
it's
that where you were born?
yes, born and raised here.
Wow, cool, cool. What's your favorite part about the place?
Well, it's a lot of nature nearby. I live in a very small city. It's like 50,000 people here, but just I can look over to the forests over here, and a lot of wildlife, a lot of fishing going on. So this is some of the things I thought I was going to talk about as well, because I eat maybe a little bit different carnivore than a lot of you do, which I
What do
think
you
is
guys catch for fish out there?
no, there's salmon and trout, of course, a lot of that, and cod, a lot of cod, whiteling, flatfish. So we do a lot of fishing in the autumn and in the springtime. Summertime, not so much, but it's more for the children do the fishing in the summertime.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like it. I'll have to get out there sometime. Sounds fun.
Yeah, a lot of crabs, shrimp here as well. So there's a lot to choose from.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let's start though with what led you to the carnivore? What problems were you having, or what was going on that led you to the carnivore diet?
Well, to be honest, back in 2010, 11, the wife of a friend of mine, she was doing what was then known as low carb, high fat. And I thought, okay, I could lose some pounds, So I joined up with her, and like I think it was 10 other women. So I was like the only guy in that doing this diet. Got a lot of attention, for being part of it. But I did that together with a 30-day challenge that I was going to do some physical activity, walking or swimming or whatever every day. And I got so fit back then. I was like feeling really good, looking really good. Everything was really good. And some years later, I got really, really sick. I've had inflammations in my body and chronic sinusitis. I've had polyps in my upper and lower sinuses.
Mm.
And For this, they gave me a lot of medication, including like steroids and stuff like that. And when you eat steroids, some of you may know this, you get really, really hungry, and you'll go crazy every day in the fridge, and you'll eat 24/7, and I love food. I have to admit, I love food. It's I could eat anything all over the place. And since the early 90s, I've toured Europe with different bands and stuff like that, living the good life.
Hmm.
You call it the good life, but the consequences have been dire.
Were you in a band, or did you do
Yeah, yeah,
scrum team
yeah.
or
I was
something?
in the band. So we had our first European tour back in 1994, and well, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. To be honest with you, it was
Is that what type of band you had? You had rock band?
no, no, no. I was more into the electronic music actually.
Okay.
I know you do EDM or did EDM stuff, but we were doing like more techno, trance, and EBM, electronic body music.
Yep.
So yeah, that was really popular in Germany. So we were touring Germany, and well, being young, getting all these things served at a plate, I took what I was offered, which was a really bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, well, we kind of dropped into something different now. I can talk about that later if you want to. But um, what happened when I got really sick with all these inflammations and stuff, I was eating and it was just pizzas, donuts, and Dr. Pepper. You know, it was comfort food. I thought, oh yeah, I feel so sorry for myself. I need something. You know, it was always I need something,
Mm.
and I needed something, but what I needed wasn't all that sugar and carbs. That's what I know now. Um, so I started to gain weight. I started to be more and more immobilized. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to see any people. Anxiety of seeing people, and I used to be all around, all about people all the time. I used to be on stage,
You sound like me, man.
never a problem. But then you kind of shrivel up and shrink into yourself, and in the end, you're looking down like this because you don't want to look anybody in the eyes and stuff like this. It was it was really scary because I couldn't recognize myself in
Hmm.
this, and sometime during all this, I thought I need to lose some weight because this was getting really out of hand. And I kind of was thinking about this low carb, high fat diet that I heard about. And I contacted this woman again and I said, is this still a thing? And she says, yeah, yeah, yeah. But you should look up keto. Just search for keto and recipes or whatever on YouTube and you'll find it. And I did. And as for many of us, Dr. Berry was one of the first videos that popped up. And I thought, okay, I'm going to watch this guy. I started looking at this and got some inspiration and whatever. And then I did keto for 18 months. Lost a lot of weight, but even though I didn't lose, even though I lost a lot of weight, I didn't feel that much better actually. So I was making some food in the kitchen, listening to one of the videos, and then you got this autoplay that when one video ends, it'll start playing the next video from a playlist.
Hmm.
And then it was tips to start your carnivore diet. And I was just listening to this as I was cooking, you know, and I thought that sounds really extreme, doesn't it? Just eating meat.
Just meat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought, that's really extreme. And I started continuing with the keto, and once in a while, some of these carnivore videos would pop up, and I would watch them and go, yeah, it's probably not for me. Everything else is for me, but this is not for me. And then in the middle of this, I don't know if he interviewed Kelly Hogan or if it popped into a Kelly Hogan video. I
Hmm.
don't remember. But then she was talking about living off of hamburger patties, and I thought, this is crazy. This can't be done. This is insane. And I thought, darn, she's looking so good. And this before picture, that must be a lie. That can't be her. But so I started watching her videos, and then it turned out, oh, that really is her. That's her. That's what happened. Then started taking it seriously, and then I went away for a weekend with some friends up to the far north in Norway.
Hmm.
And no way for me to get like real low carb food. So I ended up eating what everybody else was eating. And before the weekend was over, I was drinking cans of Coke and eating chocolate and chips. And, I was eating all the garbage. And immediately when I started eating this, the craving started, and I was just eating more and more and more. So for 3 or 4 days, I was stuffing my face. It was like totally falling off the wagon, full on relapse, if you want. And I came back home and I was in bed for like 2 or 3 days because I got so sick. And then I understood it's really in the food. There's something in the food that's really bad for me. Of course, it's the sugar and the starch and everything. So I decided to rewatch that tips to start your carnivore diet. And the day after, I just cold turkey, bam, started. And that's what, 86 days ago now?
86.
Yeah, day 86. So that's
That's
that's where I'm
awesome.
at. Yeah.
So, what has been like the toughest challenge, or has there been anything tough about starting carnivore for you?
Yeah, I heard in the beginning that it would take like 3 days to a week or whatever, and then the keto flu would go over, it would pass, and you would feel better. And but I was really, really, really sick for like 4 weeks. Maybe because of the way I switched. The first 3 or 4 weeks, I didn't have any electrolytes. I probably didn't have enough fat. Probably didn't have enough salt. I probably did all the mistakes in the book.
You
But
did it wrong, right?
yeah, 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 I did it wrong. But I still only ate the meat, and I didn't give up. And that was the best part. I didn't give up because I'm
Mm.
still here. Um, because I thought, oh, I should eat something else, whatever. But I thought, if I eat something else, it just get worse again, and I'll have another cycle of what I had before. And it's like that. If you do what you've always done, you're gonna get what you always get. You know, it's I had to change something, and I
Gotta
had to
make a
change it
change.
radically. And and it is a radical change. I can see that in people around me. They think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
I get
It's
it all the time.
they think, yeah, they're talking about carbon footprints, and they're talking about you're going to die of scurvy and heart
Clogged
conditions. And
arteries. I get it
yeah.
all the time, man. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm stupid. My diet's stupid. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but it's the thing. I have to take my health into my own hands at this point, because everything I've been told, everything I've been given at doctors' offices or nutritionists or health experts or whatever I've done has just made me sick or sicker. And there's one thing I heard. I'm not sure who said it. If it was Carrie at Homestead How, or who it was, but someone said that if you're at the stage where you can't even move out of your own couch because of pain and feeling low and being depressed and all of these things, you can't tell a person like that to go out and exercise. You have to change the food first to get in the right, you know, state of mind.
I
and,
think
and
he said if someone had pneumonia, you wouldn't just tell them to go walk it off. You
exactly.
you know, and it's like telling a fat person to just go exercise. Well, they need the proper nutrition.
Yep.
And then, after you start getting all this carnivore energy, your body's going to just beg you for exercise. But, when you're fat and tired, nothing's begging you for exercise.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's exactly the thing. And that really resonated with me. And
Me
and I
too.
thought that is so true, because that's how I felt. I got stuck in my couch watching stupid things on YouTube or whatever. But that's the thing. It's also clicked when I thought, oh, there's so much content on this that I can watch. So I found your channel, and I was watching all of Kelly Hogan stuff, and all the Homestead How stuff from Carrie and Dr. Berg, and yeah, there's a lot. You all know the people we're watching, but hours and hours, and I was just devouring all these videos with all this information. And sometimes it wasn't really new information. It was the same information as I'd heard in another video, but it was a confirmation that what I had heard before was right. I needed this confirmation because not having any greens on my plate, it was kind of mind blowing. I thought, oh, this goes against everything I've learned. Grow up, eat your vegetables, grow up and be a strong boy. Ugh. So I remember sitting there that first day. I had a ribeye and and three scrambled eggs. That was my first carnivore breakfast.
Really? That's
Yes,
awesome.
yeah. And I sat down and I was looking at my plate and it's like, oh my, now you've really gone crazy. I was telling myself something's really, but no, uh, I just had to do it. I just had to do it because I've been sick for so long. So yeah.
I know what you're saying about you're raised up, and people say, well, you got to eat your vegetables and your greens to get strong. When I was little, I would always watch the Popeye cartoon.
The spinach and
Yeah, and he would
yeah, yeah,
pop
yeah,
open the can of spinach and gulp it down, and all of a sudden, bloop, you'd see this big muscle pop out, and he was
yeah.
ready to, punch
Yeah,
someone. I don't know where that thought process came from, but that's what I grew up on, and I always saw that greens. I thought made you better, made you strong.
yeah, yeah, and learning about like oxalates and electrons and all these things that okay, it's a defense mechanism in plants that they don't want to be eaten. It all makes sense if you start looking into it.
Mhm.
And I mean, I know that people do ketovore or ketovore-ish or carnivore-ish or whatever. I'm people have to eat whatever they want to eat to feel well. I don't care as long as you feel well, eat what you want. I'm here for me. I'm here for doing my health,
What
and then
works for
you're here
you?
for your yeah. And for me, at the moment, it's strict carnivore. That's what I'm doing. It's there's been no greens, nothing for 86 days, and I can really feel the change.
What problems have gotten better at all? Has anything gotten better on carnivore?
Oh, definitely. I was like Dr. Barry. I was taking Nexium and what do you call them? These chewy tablets for heartburn, like every day,
Oh,
several
you
times
had
a day.
acid reflux.
Acid reflux, so bad, and I went and had this what do you call it? Gas. They checked down here, and there's so many problems, and I was and still is, by the way, a big fan of spicy food. You know, Mexican or
I saw
Indian.
the Cholula. I do like Cholula once in a while. It is such a good, and I don't think there's any carbs in it. But if the spice bothers you, it might bother you.
Yeah, but I use the tapatio, which has zero carbs in it. So when I do shrimp, I need some tapatio on there just to get me going. But that's what once a week or once every 2 weeks, whatever. I just use salt on my steaks now, just salt. Salt and water. In the beginning, I heard you guys saying, "Yeah, just salt and water," and I thought that sounds really boring. But now, a juicy steak with just some salt on it, yummy.
And that fat on the ribeye, man, melts in my mouth now. And when
Yeah,
I was growing up, I always cut the fat off and put it to the side. I never wanted it. Now it's almost like the first part I bite.
yeah,
And when it gets in my mouth, like I can just feel the fat like melting off of that piece. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been missing this
yeah.
my whole life. Like,
And we were told not to eat it as well
yeah, no,
because it
I'm in
would
the
be
same boat. I was told
it
not
would
to.
give us heart disease or whatever. It's yeah, it's crazy. So
What do you eat in a week of carnivore? Because you're on day 86, in case anybody's wondering. What does a week's worth of eats look like for you?
yeah, well, that's the thing. In the beginning, I still ate 4 times a day, just like I did on a regular diet. And I found out very quickly that that was way too much because I was stuffed all the time. We went down to 3 times a day, and at the moment, I'm eating twice a day.
Okay.
And then it could be a ribeye and 3 eggs, and then a ribeye and 3 eggs, and that's my day. Um, I make a lot of these power balls that I've learned from Carrie, with ground beef, bacon, and eggs, and I put some liver in there as well. I get some liver from the butcher over here, and I'll chop that up and put that in with the ground beef.
Wow.
Uh, I eat some wild boar sausages that we have here with zero carbs in them.
Wild boar. Wow.
Yeah, so that's really nice. We also get some really good, and you're gonna love this, whale minced meat.
Whale minced meat?
Yeah, yeah, we can also get whale steaks. Norway is one of the, I think, 2 countries that left in the world that still hunt whales and eat whales. So I don't want to get political about it, but it's available here.
It's
And
not. It doesn't bother me. I think if there was if the whales were dying off, everybody would stop hunting them. So there must be plenty out there. I don't
yeah,
eat it, so I'm sure there's plenty out there.
yeah, yeah. We can get like minced whale meat, and it's full of the good omega 3 stuff and whatever. So that's another thing. And also, since I live so close to the forest here, and there's a lot of farmers around here, they've got like moose hunting licenses. So
Moose meat, right?
yeah, yeah. So I do the moose meat, minced or as a steak.
I
Uh,
saw you had it in like a round pack.
Yeah,
Or like
that's
a
like
tube, I should say, a tube.
yeah, that's how you get it. It's like a half a kilo. I don't know what that is in pounds, but
How does
it's
the moose taste compared to ground beef?
it's a little bit. I don't know if you can call it gamier, but it's a little bit harder to chew. But when you use it as I used to make moose tacos, which is amazing by the way, but the taco spices is full of sugar, so you can't do that anymore. But I just use it in a power bowl now, together with bacon, and I buy some duck fat that I put in there as well, just to get it
I
extra
saw that.
fatty.
I've never used duck fat.
Oh, that's really good. That's
You
really
like
good.
that better than beef tallow?
I can't get beef tallow around here. That's the thing.
Really?
Yeah, so I found the duck fat and I thought, okay, I'll try that, and I really like it. So
I'm sure it does the same thing as the beef tallow. It's just more accessible to you where you're at.
yeah, as long as it's animal fat, right, then
Mhm.
it's good. And that's the thing that there are variations wherever you live in the world, whatever kind of meat you can access, because I can get deer or moose or wild boar or whatever easily accessible here. And sometimes it's also cheaper than buying a ribeye, for example. So
Ribeye is expensive, I think, everywhere right now, man.
everywhere, yeah, because it's the good cuts, But
It
I,
is.
I thought when I was gonna do this, I thought, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, at least I'm gonna eat well. So I've spent some money on ribeyes. I definitely have, but I think
But
it's
we're
well.
not buying ice cream and chips and soda anymore, so it's like you've got the extra bread for a ribeye here.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't have to spend money on Nexium either, so or antacids.
That's great. So that went away, the acid reflex?
Definitely, I haven't had any of that.
What,
You know,
like, when did you notice it went away on the carnivore diet?
I think after 10 days, 2 weeks, I thought I can stop taking the Nexium now, because I was kind of waiting for that to happen,
Mhm.
since I know a lot of people have talked about the acid reflux going away, and I could feel it that I didn't have to take them. And then for a couple of days after I stopped taking them, I was a little bit iffy, and then after that, no problems at all.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, and that was really bad. I couldn't even sleep lying flat down. I had to like have
On a
pillows.
pillow?
Yeah,
That's what
and
I had to do, man. I could never sleep flat. I had to lean against a pillow, and then sometimes my head would go down and my neck would hurt.
yeah, and the same thing. I know you talked about this as well. I had sleep apnea
Mm,
machine and whatever. Now
mm.
I've just packed the machine down and put it away. I
You're
don't need it.
kidding me.
No, I don't need it.
Let's go. I'm so proud of you, dude, man. Sleep apnea is it's a nightmare. Did you ever have any bad episodes like I did?
Not as bad as yours, but the thing is, my sleep apnea triggered tachycardia for me.
What is that?
Like it's rapid heartbeats, and you got like 140, 150, 160 heartbeat, and you can't regulate it. So I had to take a lot of heart medication, like blood pressure and
Mm,
whatever. And I'm not taking any of those anymore.
wow.
Last summer, I was in hospital 4 times in 3 weeks with an ambulance with heart issues.
Mm.
Uh,
And none of that now.
no, and none of the medications either. All of it taken away. So
What about your energy?
energy level is slowly rising. I didn't get that after 3 days woohoo that somebody's talking about. For me, it's been a more slow pace. It also was a slower start, as I said, for 4 weeks getting into this. But that's what I figured out. We're all metabolically different, and we've already been eating differently, taking different medications, weights, where we live in the world, whatever. So it takes it's different for everybody to get into this diet. It's not a clear cut description of what will happen, but I can feel the energy levels rising more than I have had in years. Definitely.
What about snoring? Are you snoring?
Not that I know of, but I don't wake up at night except maybe because I did drink a lot of water in the beginning. I don't know about you, but I felt thirsty all the time. So I was like drinking, 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 and then
That was me before carnivore on the standard American diet. I could not stop. I felt like I always needed water. I always felt lethargic. Like it was terrible, but it's weird, man. As soon as I got on carnivore, like I'm not thirsty that much. I don't know what
no.
the hell. It's weird. So, do you take electrolytes?
Yes, I do. After a couple of weeks, when I felt totally horrible, everybody was talking about Element, you know.
Element.
So yeah, so I got some Element electrolytes, and I've been using that ever since. And
Do you
I
take the
feel
flavored or the raw one?
actually the only one that was available here in Norway was the chocolate flavored one. So that's the one I have.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's I don't know if you saw this, but they've stopped shipping to Europe now.
You're kidding me. Wonder why?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's weird.
There's one shop selling it in the UK, and apart from that, nowhere in Europe you can get it now.
Mm.
So, but my son lives in the UK, so I've had him order some packs for me. So we will see.
Yeah, I can't imagine chocolate flavored water. That's got to seem a little odd.
It's a bit special, but I'll survive. I will survive. I've drank worse.
What's your favorite cut of meat, man? Because you're eating shrimp, moose meat, ribeyes, whale. I mean, boar sausages. Like, what's your favorite, dude?
Oh well, and also chicken wings. I eat in there, but I don't know. I really do love a good steak. You know, like a clean cut ribeye with some eggs on the side. That's my go-to if I really want something nice. But I got some deer meat that was so tender that you could chew it with your eyelids, man. It was like
Really
yeah,
good, huh?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think definitely the ribeye.
Ribeye. Now, you
Yeah,
mentioned eating eggs. If you could have your eggs cooked only one way the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think scrambled.
Scrambled? Yeah, that's what I would do. Do you put any salt on your eggs?
No.
No? I've been putting the Redmond's real salt on there, and oh my gosh, dude, it just makes the eggs even better, dude.
Okay. Oh, I just put a whole lot of butter in or
Well, I
oh,
use salted butter, so I don't know why I add more salt, but for some reason, the extra salt tastes
gosh,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'll try it. I'll try it. You can get Redmond salt here in Norway actually. So I have ordered some smoked salt that I use on my steaks, which is really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if I mentioned that, but a good friend of mine, he's a farmer, lives just over here. So I get farm fresh eggs from his mom. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah, and there's like white, brown, and greenish eggs in the same pack, you know.
That's how I get mine now, it's so cool. You
It
go
was
to the
you got
grocery
those
store, they're
green.
all white.
Yeah, but you got that's the green egg over to your grandpa, wasn't it?
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
I
yeah.
gave him the green one, yep.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that because that's exactly the same type of eggs I get from the farm right over here. It's like 5 minutes from where I live, you know.
Yeah.
So I said,
I've been
oh,
going to the farm now. I love just going like, why go to Walmart when you just go to the farm?
yeah. And I
Yeah.
like to support the local farmers as well.
What about have you ever tried duck eggs? Because my buddy Rick here, he eats a lot of, duck eggs. He gets them for free.
Yeah, well, I have. I ate duck eggs when I was in the UK, but that was before I went carnivore. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I have some friends there that they have ducks, and they made like a duck egg omelet for me, which was really nice. They're like super huge as well. Like the yolk is like twice the size of
Of a
a chicken.
chicken one?
Yeah, yeah. There's a
What's
lot of
the
good.
is there any difference in taste between a duck egg and a chicken egg that you could tell?
No, not really. But that
No?
it is a little bit fattier, but it's probably because of the yolk. So, but I
Interesting.
liked it. I liked it. I was skeptical at first, but I liked it.
I'll have to try duck egg. Now, what about exercise? What do you Rick says quack. Thanks, Rick. What are you doing for exercise?
Well, to be honest, I haven't done much exercise. To be fair,
Yeah, no,
I
it's
I do like walking. So I do walk occasionally, but like what twice a week, something like that. But apart from that, I don't do any exercise. I've never been big on that. I mean, I used to play golf when I was younger, but I at the moment nothing.
It's usually an old man sport.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
You see all
started
the
when I
guys when they
was young.
retire, they get into golf then.
I was on the national team when I was young, man. So this,
Really?
yeah, yeah, this many years ago. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't strike you as a golfer, but you never know. You can't judge a book by its cover. I didn't know you would be doing techno and trance music either.
No, do you see? That's the thing. When I saw your video about that and you dropping them beats and that club and everything, I thought, okay, we got more in common than you know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put that video out or not because some people they judge you by your past, and but I figured it's me, man. It's my story, and it is what it is, man. What's done is done, and now I'm living a new life.
Yeah, yeah. I think I really appreciate you owning up to your past. I've done the same and talking about smoking weed and doing the club scene and whatever. I think that's an inspiration because people needs to know that okay, if I've been doing this or doing that, I can still change my life and do something differently.
Mm.
So I'm right there with you.
I appreciate that because it's hard to see yourself or what your story means to other people. To me, it's just what I did, and it's hard for me to tell what it means to other people.
Definitely, but there's some identification to it, and to be totally honest with you here, that I told you about me touring Europe in the 90s and all of that, and that ended really, really bad. So uh, I need the help 22 years ago, a little bit more than 22 years ago, to to uh, to stop the drugs and the partying. And so I've been clean for 22 years, over 22 years now, in a 12-step program. And that's the thing. Kelly Hogan said something like, "There's two things that have changed my life." She said, "That's Jesus and carnivore." And for me, is Jesus, carnivore, and the 12-step program. So there's something about it. So when you started sharing about putting these things away, I thought that was a powerful message to people because we all walk different paths, and you never know who's going to watch that video and say, "Oh, maybe I should quit smoking as well. Oh, this guy looks really good now. Look at him, what he's been doing." So you never know. It could be in 5 years that somebody watches that video, and then there's an inspiration, you know.
Hmm.
So
That's what the hope is.
yes, yes. So as long as that video is out there, you'll be an inspiration. So just keep it up. I think that's really admirable. Just
Thanks. Yeah, and I didn't know if it was just me or not, but I never hear anybody talk about having smoked a lot of cannabis. And I was like, well, whatever. It's part of my history. And,
yeah,
it doesn't sound like a lot of carnivores have smoked a lot of cannabis like I did. And that's okay. But I did. I smoked like 12 grams a day. I was quite a
yeah,
heavy. That's for people who don't know, that's pretty much like a quarter. It's like 2 grams short of a quarter a day.
yeah.
It's quite a bit. And it
And
kept
you
me in a
wonder why
frame.
you were lethargic?
Oh, right? See, but you when you're young, you think you're invincible. And then
Exactly.
you say, well, it can't be because the weed, like because when I first started it, I felt invincible. Then eventually started making me tired. And then you're like, well, it's got to be from something else. It can't
Yeah.
be my cannabis. It can't be. Well,
There's
you
always
know,
something else in it.
it is.
Always something else or someone else's fault. That's the
Hmm.
thing. There's always
Yeah,
it's
and my life changed when I finally took responsibility for myself. And I was reading this cool book today, The Power of Awareness.
mm,
And in it, it was talking about how a moth is so obsessed with the flame that it becomes one with the flame, even if it destroys itself.
yeah, yeah,
And the book was saying that if you're living a bad life, you need to become like the moth and be willing to change, to destroy yourself as you know it, to become your new version, not kill yourself as the moth did, but as in like join the flame of your new self and die of your old self. And I feel like that's what I did with the music business. I totally cut everybody off, and I'm a different person. I literally was like a moth to the flame, and that old me is just dead. It's gone.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, man, and that's so amazing. That's so amazing because it's there's usually more than one thing that needs to change. There's usually not the carnivore diet is not going to fix your weed problem. You know what I'm saying? Unless you make a decision to also
You
get
got to
rid of.
make a lot of decisions, man.
Yeah,
Your decision, man, and your willpower. You got to have the willpower to make the decision. And people think like carnivore is simple. But I was just saying yesterday, simple doesn't always mean easy. Like if you run a 5K race, it seems simple, but it's not easy. It's simple to keep putting one leg in front of the other and just keep running, but that's easier said than done when you have to keep doing all the running, right?
definitely. And about making a decision, you've heard the story about the three frogs on a log in the lake, right?
Oh, no,
There's
I
three,
never heard that one.
there's three frogs on the log in the lake, and then one of the frogs, he makes a decision to jump into the lake to take a bath. And the question is, how many frogs are there left on the log? Well, the answer is there's still three frogs on the log in the lake, because making a decision is not the same thing as acting on it.
Oh, you just blew my mind, dude.
So action has to follow. Action has to follow always. And that's with carnivore or quitting weed or whatever life change you have to do. You can make a decision every day. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to go up and I'm going to start my new life. And then you get up at noon and start smoking instead of making breakfast. It's,
That's what I would do, man.
yeah. So making a decision has to be followed by action.
Yeah, I'd say cannabis is about as vegan as I ever went. That just being honest, that's about as vegan as I've ever went, man. Oh man. So
Uh,
do you support your local like what do you like because once in a while we'll still go to the grocery store when I don't because my farmers aren't exactly close to me. They're still like a 30-40 minute drive. So I do
yeah.
try to go there as much as I can. How do you source your meat for your
Well,
diet?
to be honest with you, I live 15 minutes from the Swedish border. And in Sweden, the meat is a lot cheaper.
Hmm.
So I go over and I do a lot of my shopping there.
Oh, okay.
I go like once a week or once every two weeks to do my shopping there. I've got several shops local to me here as well, but it's super expensive.
Why do you think it's the price difference between your country and that country?
I don't know. It's a border town, so usually they keep prices low to attract customers as
Ah.
well.
Hmm.
And they have different kind of sugar tax in Sweden. So like soft drinks, sodas, whatever is a lot cheaper over there.
Hmm.
Same thing with cigarettes, and for those that smoke, it's a lot cheaper. So they go over to buy cigarettes and sodas. It's not exactly a health trip, I can tell you, but.
Yeah,
But
no.
there's a lot of other things to be had there as well, and I go for the meat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you guys, I've got Per Axel. He's got such a cool name. You guys, I was wondering, I'm like, is Per your first name and Axel the last name? He's like, no, it's a, what did you call it? A two-part name or
Yeah, it's a double name. I
it's
don't
a
know.
double name. That's what he said. Per Axel, dude. That is such a dope name, dude. I love it.
Thank.
What does your doctor say about your diet? Or have you talked to your doctor?
Yeah, I have, because I came to him when I was like on the height of just feeling sick and fat and whatever, and I was having like a belly button hernia coming on.
Really? What is
Yeah,
that? I've never heard of that.
you know what a hernia is, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get one in your belly button. It
You're
starts
kidding me. I did not know you could do that.
it starts popping outwards instead of inwards. You get and it really hurts as well. And he was like feeling my belly button, says, yeah, this is a hernia coming on. And then he looked at me like really serious and said, you know one thing, Per Axel, it's only pregnant women and fat men that get belly button hernias. So you
Oh,
need to do something. But I really appreciate him for that. He's like 35 years old. Half the time he's in the military, and the other half he's a general practitioner. So
wow.
he's a really hardcore guy. He's really direct. He tells you no bullshit. This is the way.
That's the
And
only way to help someone, man, is if you don't bullshit them, man.
definitely. And I said to him, I said, I used to be on this really super hardcore low carb diet before, and it helped me. Can I do that again? And he said, yeah, sure, just go ahead. and the last time I was there, I had lost a lot of weight, so he was like super impressed. Um, I must admit, I didn't really tell him that I'd gone all carnivore at the time. I thought I was a bit weary about it, but I'm going back there beginning of November for like a full blood panel and everything, and then it'll be what 110 days, 120 days, whatever. So I thought that's a good time to, get some checkup from the
Wait
neck
till
up.
after the blood work comes in and it looks good and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I just wanted
Yeah,
to mention I'm just eating meat."
yeah,
See you
that's
later.
the one.
Bye.
Slight little thing I have to mention here.
Oh, that's funny, man. I love asking that question because some people they either fire their doctor because they got in an argument or they're just haven't told them. And they're like, "That's none of his business." I'm like, "It's your doctor, man. Like, how is he going to help you if he doesn't know really what's going on?"
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true.
I would
And
tell people that, man. I can never help you if you don't actually tell me what's. I don't care how bad it is, man. You got to tell me what's wrong to for me to be able to help you. You know, if you're having a problem in your life, if you don't tell me what it is, I can't help you.
no, no, it's that's the thing. And my doctor, when I've made decisions before that wasn't kind of was going against what the medical field or whatever wanted to say, I always told him I'm not going to do that, or I'm not. And he said, okay, yeah, I respect that. So he's always been very respectful, and he's treated me very well.
I wish
So
I had your doctor, man. He sounds pretty cool.
yeah, he is. He is. We'll see what he says now when I tell him about the carnivore. But the
We'll
thing
see how cool he is, right?
yeah, yeah. But when I came in and he saw that I lost a lot of weight and everything, he was really happy about it. And
That's good.
yeah, because
That they should be, man, to see you improve instead of worsen. They should be happy about that.
yeah, 'cause
Let's get
I'm down 48 pounds.
wow, down 48.
Yeah, so I was 278 and now I'm 230.
Wow.
And I'm 6'3", so at the moment it's. I mean, I could live with being like I am now. I've I seem to have hit a like a plateau or whatever because I've been here for at least 2 weeks now where I'm at.
Me too. I've been 162 now the last 3 weeks. I cannot
Yeah,
lose an ounce, man.
yeah.
Nothing.
Well, my goal is to be 220. If I can do 220, I'm happy because I'm 6'3", and that's fine. Because I can, yeah, I can live with that. But at the moment, it's just about eating what I eat.
Hmm.
And have you changed anything that now that you've been at this plateau for 3 weeks? Have you changed anything?
No, man, and that's what I'm been debating the past 2 3 days as to what I'm gonna do. And every time I try to start the lion diet, I only last like 2 days because I go back to eating pork bacon because I love bacon, man. So I always break my lion diet for bacon.
Okay, I
I'm
hear
weak, man. When it comes to bacon, I have no willpower, man. That's like, but pork bacon doesn't bother me like it does some carnivores. I could eat it all day.
you. Okay.
I even take the pieces and dip it back into the pan with all the grease. So
Ooh,
it's literally dripping, man. And
uh,
it's funny, like I've been putting bacon fat into my YouTube Shorts videos,
yeah.
and dude, people are just losing their minds, man. Like I
Okay.
put bacon fat in with my ground beef. They're like, ground beef already makes fat. Why would you do that? Cause I want to, man. Cause it
Yeah, yeah,
tastes
yeah.
good, man. I
Bring it
added
on.
it today with my eggs, and they're like, there was a vegan tried to
Yeah,
tell me that eggs weren't allowed on the carnivore diet because it's not meat. I was like, oh dear Lord, man. It's called an animal product. You should really look up the carnivore diet before you sound too stupid.
yeah, yeah.
Let's get to a couple comments. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Rick says, where's the duck food? Oh, and you said duck food has arrived. Nice. Rick is funny, man. I really like him. Don, how you doing? He says hello.
Hey, Don.
Karen says hello all. Hi, Karen.
Hey.
Mike, I'll be interviewing Mike tomorrow, you guys. I'm very looking forward to it.
I
Um,
think I've seen him on the 24-hour live stream, right?
he was on the 10-hour live. Well, he might have been. I can't remember. Yeah, I think he had a
I've,
testimonial on there.
yeah, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, he's really passionate, man. He's a great guy. I can't wait to interview him tomorrow. B dog. Hey all, good story as usual. Yeah, man. Per Axel, dude. And you guys, he's a trooper, man. 2:40 in the morning by him, you guys. I did not know, and I booked him like he was in the United States, and the poor guy is in an 8-hour time difference. Like, holy crap. So if that doesn't show the dedication to you guys and sharing his story for you guys, ooh, I'm telling you. Let's see here. Rick says no one can outrun a bad diet. That's true, man. That's
Yeah.
true. Susie says hi all. How you doing, Susie? Bullwinkle? Are you yeah, he ate a couple Bullwinkles, man. He had some moose meat.
Ah, that's a bullwinkle. Is that a moose?
That's that little cartoon moose.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
Rocky
yeah,
and Bullwinkle.
yeah.
We were talking about Popeye, so it probably triggered Rick.
Yeah.
Rick's been triggered with cartoons. Not in a bad way, triggered. Oh, let's see here. Sweet Nia's Life. I tried duck eggs, very good. Okay, I gotta try them. It's on my list. My Metamorphosis. Hey everyone, how you doing? Everybody say what's up to Per Axel. Isn't that a cool name, you guys? Per Axel? Come on, man, dude. I wish I had a double name.
I always thought JT was a double name, like John Thomas or whatever. I don't
Well,
know.
it's my first and my middle name,
Ah,
and
okay,
it's
yeah.
just the initials of them. So,
Ah,
and I've, for some reason, since a child, people have been calling me JT when my
yeah.
name is James Timothy
Ah,
Hahn. James Timothy Hahn is the last name, but my first and middle name are James Timothy. And you can call me James, but I might not turn my head and respond because I'm used to JT.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So people, I just tell them, just call me JT. If you want my attention, you got to say JT because that's what I'm used to. There we go, JT. I was glad you shared your story too. Thank you guys. I wasn't sure about it if you guys would not like me anymore, but I figured I would do it. I grew up in the 60s, just saying. Hey, there you go. Yeah, so I guess we've all had a vegan past. If you had cannabis in your life, you've been a vegan at one point, man. At least slightly vegan.
This just means that B Dog liked Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix. I guess
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah, dude, Jimmy, Purple Haze all in my. I'm telling you, man, that was the stuff. When you're young, you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof. Yeah, dude. No one. When I was 18, I knew everything and nobody could tell me nothing. Now, when I look back, because I'm 34, I knew nothing. I knew nothing, dude. I was such a dumbass, dude. But at the time, you think you're just, man, smartest guy in town. Brandon, Mr. Carnivore, he says he loves it. He said something's got to die for something to get better to emerge. Exactly. Okay, and he subscribed too. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. Yeah, when we were talking with earlier, without action, that's what I was going to say too. If you're religious, faith without works is absolutely dead. You
that,
cannot
that's
just
the thing.
pray and hope God is just going to put everything in your lap. It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that.
Even
Like Moses was telling them, they asked God for rainwater, and they said, Moses, we never got no rain. And he says, well, show me the ditches. And they said, well, what ditches? He says, the rain ditches. If you really believed God was going to send you rain, you would have dug some ditches. You would have took action. They didn't take action, man, but they wanted all the rain they could get, and you didn't even make a ditch to collect it.
uh,
It's something, man. I tell you. I had the same thing, umbilical hernia.
oh
Ooh,
yeah, that's I didn't know
the term.
no, that's the hernia in the belly button, umbilical hernia.
Sweet
That,
Mia, did you have that same thing too? Man, this is more common than I thought, an umbilical hernia.
but it's gone away now though. It's
That,
gone.
that's
It's
awesome.
gone. Yeah,
Another thing on carnivore, dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because of losing all that belly fat and all this pressure, it's gone.
You guys, if you got a question for Per Axel, it's such a cool name. Like even how he got the name, man. Put a Q in front of your question, and I'll ask him. I held weight 2 months. Oh, I held weight month 2, and then it accelerated month 3. It will come off, especially if you go to one meal a day and eliminate cheese and cream. Yeah, I'm not really having cheese or cream.
No, me either.
Butter is always good.
I don't do dairy at all. I
Yeah, no, I don't drink milk anymore since
no
carnivore. I
no
did
no no, no
pre-carnivore.
no. I drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning, but there's no dairy, nothing, no cheese. Definitely no cheese. I would
Have you
only
cut
eat
back on the coffee at all, or are you still just doing the same amount?
same amount, just 1 cup a day.
I asked that because some people are worried that if is the coffee going to slow their progress down, and I'm like, well, here's another guy who's losing weight and feeling better, and it doesn't really seem to be bothering him. So to
I
each his
might
own.
I might try to cut it out at one time, but at the moment, I feel I need it again in the morning, right?
Have you ever tried putting butter in there to maybe have less
I
of it?
did, but I got like uh, something in my throat from it. I have no idea. I felt like I had like a lump in my throat every time I drank that bulletproof coffee, with the butter or whatever.
Hmm. So yeah, they didn't agree with you, huh?
No,
B dog. Oh, I love bacon too. Yeah, man. It's the only thing that makes me break my lion diet, man. It's ah, I can't. If I can find some beef bacon, then maybe I'll get back on my lion diet. I just got to go to my butcher and ask him. You ever have beef bacon, Axel?
no, no. I've only had like pig bacon. I've had turkey bacon as well, I think, but
Hmm.
never beef bacon. No.
Yeah, beef bacon is same thing as the pork bacon. It's just a cut from the belly of the cow instead of the belly of
Wow,
the pig. So
wow.
if you go to your butcher, ask him if you can get some belly cuts, and then you get some beef bacon.
I don't think I've even ever heard of it, but I'll check it out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I recommend to people if like pork bacon is bothering them and they're like, "Well, I love bacon, but I can't eat it anymore because it makes me feel sick after." I'm like, "Well, then try beef bacon," and they're like, "What the heck is that?" I'm like, "It's just the cut from the cow,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
belly."
Makes sense.
Yeah. Susie, oh my goodness, per Axel, it's so late there. Thank you for being willing to do this. Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
thank you
I
for
feel
being
so
here.
terrible,
Thank
man.
you
I made him
for being
stay
here.
up this late.
Oh, don't, please don't. We're up and about.
Yeah, dude, you look very cheerful for 2:50 in the morning. Holy crap, man.
Uh,
If that doesn't tell you the power of carnivore, you
yeah,
guys,
yeah, yeah, I
man.
was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
Oh
Carnivore.
man, we're reading each other's minds here. My name is Sweet Nia Long. I actually Sania Long. Oh, so you got a double name too. Okay.
Uh,
So this is more common. I like the double name thing. I really do. Let's see, Rick. I grew cannabis but never used it myself except when I ate the wrong popcorn. You had medicated popcorn. Oh man, I bet you that was a good movie.
that's a cat.
If you stayed awake for it. Most people they eat the edibles, man, and they're like, "Oh, I don't feel nothing." And they have another one. The next thing you know, they're like, "I feel something." I'm like, "You should have just waited for the first one to kick
Yeah, to
in."
kick in. Yeah,
Now you've got two of them going. Good luck. Both Janice and Jimmy love them.
I told you.
Oh, this is entertaining, man. This is good.
Jimmy Dennis and Brian, right? We mustn't forget Brian Jones.
Yep.
No,
Sweet Nia's life. No hernia. Oh, it just
oh, her
disappeared.
hernia is gone as well.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the weight stuck at 162. Okay. Yeah, I'm at 162 for the past 3 weeks, man. And I look at the scale and I'm like, I want to stomp this thing into pieces, man. Like,
yeah,
at least I'm not going up, but like, I'm like, what the heck, man? I was losing weight like crazy. Then all of a sudden, I hit like this wall and I can't get past it, you know?
yeah.
I will, though. I will. I'm not giving up. My umbilical and one above the umbilicus
Uh,
hernia was from squatting 135, 3 sets, 8 reps. Dang, girl. Yeah, I just do dumbbells. I just work the arms and then I bought a jump rope. So I'm working my core and my legs now and my ankles. I've got really weak ankles. Like, can you ice skate, Per?
yes, I used
Yeah.
to play. I used to play hockey.
See, when I stand on ice skates, they don't go straight. My ankles go like this because they're so weak.
Bambi, Bambi
What's
on
that?
ice, Bambi on ice.
Yeah,
This,
yeah. I'm like Bambi, man.
yeah,
I try to, and then they go like this, and then of course my legs start to spread apart as they. So I realize I have very very weak ankles, and I would like to make them a little stronger because I am prone to rolling my ankles because they're so weak. So OMAD, 1 meal a day. Some fasting helps as well. I still drink coffee. I cut it for a month and see no difference. Um,
okay,
yeah,
that's good.
Brandon, he's down at his goal weight, man. I think
Oh,
he killed it, man, on carnivore, and he still is like and he's a carnivore coach too. So if anybody's looking for coaching or to become a coach, hit up Brandon, Mr. Carnivore.
cool.
Great story, man. Super inspiring. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, man. Per Axel, dude. No, my name is pronounced with the long I sound. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry about that, Nia. I got to get you on here, girl, so I can know more about you instead of just finding it all through the comments. She's been ducking and dodging me, Axel.
Oh, have you tried to get her on?
Oh man, she's
No.
like the most slipperiest one I can try to get my hands on, and she's always squirting right out of my hands, man. Like I got butterfingers with her.
Yeah.
Brandon, cannabis is the only plant I consume. I offer up incense to the universe every day. Hey man, do you, man? It doesn't affect your. Some people can't control the munchies. That's why I wouldn't suggest it for some people on a diet because they might get the munchies and then they're eating everything in the fridge. But if you can control your munchies, it's not going to add any calories on you. There's, like as far as I know, I don't think there's any calories in cannabis. I could be wrong. I don't think so. Maybe if you ate it, it's like a chocolate bar or something. I spiked the popcorn at the school carnival. Rick, you're so bad, man. Bet you everybody was having a good time though. Love Janis Joplin. She is from my hometown in Texas.
Mm.
Nice. Didn't know that. I never had a hernia. My weight is stuck at 160. Okay, I'm getting everything wrong, Nia. Dear goodness gracious.
You definitely should come on and tell her story because then you wouldn't get anything wrong.
Yeah, there you go, Nia. You heard him. Now I got a couple more questions here for you. What does your friends and family think about your diet?
Well, they think I'm crazy. Well, actually, I just 3 weeks ago I went to visit my son in the UK, and we were going to go to a concert, and we went out for lunch, and I just started eating everything off a full English breakfast, but I only ate the sausages and the bacon, and the eggs. And I said, you can take the rest of it. I'm not going to have it. And he said, are you still on that diet? And I said, yeah, I am. And he was sitting straight across me. And I said, I can see you've lost a lot of weight. And I showed him my passport photo. And I'm so huge in that photo. And he was like, this is really working for you, isn't it? And I said, yes, it is. Then you should keep doing it. So he's like been very supportive,
That's
and
awesome, man.
I'm going over there next week because it's his birthday next Friday, and
How old is he gonna be?
24.
24. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's been studying over there for 4 years now and started working there and everything. So I need to go visit. Dad needs to come visit. So I said,
Absolutely.
maybe we can go to a nice steak restaurant or whatever. Yeah, yeah, we can go wherever you want. So it's the planning part. That's the thing about traveling. I think
I
that's the
see. I
most.
just heard you talking about traveling. If anybody had any tips, it's tough, man, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, airports and the train stations is not exactly the most carnivore friendly places to get food.
If you
So
had like a bag of bacon, plastic bag in your pocket, would they confiscate the bacon at the
no,
airport?
I don't think so. One of the last times I went out traveling, I had like a box of 5 sausages and 4 boiled eggs with me. True security and in on the plane and whatever. And people were looking at me really strange on the plane when I was starting to crack in eggs, but I don't care. I really don't care. I would rather do that than eat one of those, bagels or whatever they've got on there and get really sick. So that's the thing. What did your question start with anyway? As I went on a long.
Oh no, you're all good. I was asking like, what does your friends and your family think
Oh
about
yeah,
your
yeah,
diet?
yeah, yeah. Well, I was with some friends of mine at a concert here just I don't know a month ago, and the morning after the gig, we were sitting having breakfast, and of course, I on my plate there was a lot of bacon, there was 4 boiled eggs, and they also had some small sausages and meatballs. So I thought, okay, I'll have some of those. I know it's not pure carnivore, but it's as pure as I could get when I was out traveling. So I thought, okay, my plate was filled up. And the keyboard player of the band sitting right next to me, and he looked at my plate and he said, "Oh my gosh, look at the carbon footprint on that plate." And it was a comment on me eating what I was eating. And I said, "Yeah, well, my health is more important than my carbon footprint." That was just my reply. And then I can't be bothered.
What, like vegans don't have a carbon footprint shipping lettuce and all this stuff halfway across the country and then You know, like you buy a thing of spinach and you only eat half of it and you throw the spinach out and it's got all these like there's no carbon footprint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that's so true. And then, but you always get these comments, about it, and I've been posting a little bit about it on Facebook. I yesterday I had a huge ribeye and I had one brown egg, a white egg, and a green egg, and I wrote United Colors of Carnivore, and I posted a picture like hashtag eat your meat, hashtag beef butter bacon eggs, all this. And of course, there's people they have to comment. So I just want to find out who's the militant vegans on my friends list.
Hmm.
But they can post, oh, I've made this delicious vegan cheesecake or delicious vegan pancakes or whatever. Of course, I can post my steak and eggs.
Yeah, and you're not getting on them. I'm sure you're not going in the comments like, "Ooh, like how dare you be vegan?"
I just scroll past it. I don't care if she or he wants to eat that. Be my guest.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't. I mean, I half the people on chatting with carnivores, believe it or not, are ex-vegans, you
I've
know?
heard that, and like beef butter and no, what's it called? Steak and butter gal.
Yeah.
Sh- She's a former vegan. I know there's others as well.
There's a bunch of them, so I don't argue with them, because it's like then you're gonna lose a potential ally. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The only time I might throw a snotty remark if someone really tries to get snarky with me, and then I can tell we're never gonna be friends anyway. So I'm like, go ahead, you can take a little bit of your own medicine back. But
yeah,
otherwise, I don't start like if someone tells me they're vegetarian or vegan, I don't be like, well, that's stupid. I just say, oh, cool, and then it's like it doesn't even like they didn't even say it to me. I don't even, it is what it is.
yeah.
Um, do you now? I'm sure you're getting tired. Do you want me to
No,
speed
no,
up my
no,
questions quick?
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do
Okay.
this.
All right.
Woo.
Let's
I'm
see.
here for. I'm here for this, man.
Okay, okay, okay. So, what are your friends saying? Like you said, they think you're crazy too. So, do they
Yeah,
actually like get in any arguments with you about it?
not arguments, no, but they already think I'm crazy. That's what I'm saying. I'm in the music business and whatever. I've always been fringe, if you know what I mean, like music wise, traveling, whatever. And when they see me eating like I do, I don't think they comment really. I don't think they really care. Of course, they're shocked, and it's always the "you're gonna get a heart attack, you're gonna die" comments, or "you're gonna get scurvy," and "do you get enough vitamins? Do you get enough of this? Can you
Well,
get
let's do a
everything?"
scurvy check. Do you got scurvy? It
My
does
teeth are still there.
doesn't look
Uh,
like it.
no, and my skin is not flaking off either, and I'm not going yellow, so I think I'm fine.
I love doing the scurvy check, man. I
Uh,
love that. Now,
Did you check yourself today?
yes, every morning I'm like, that's the first thing I worry about when I'm like, oh my gosh, did I get scurvy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, in full disclosure, I do not wake up in the morning and worry about if I have developed scurvy. I wake up in the morning and I jump out of bed and I just can't wait to see the smile on my son's face. So
Mm.
I'm living good and I don't have scurvy. Now, do you got some advice? What advice would you give to someone considering starting or transitioning to the carnivore diet? Because I know you said you had a rough first 4 weeks, man. You said you were pretty sick as a dog for four
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
month, man.
Yes, yes, I was. And for me, I should have gotten the electrolytes before I started. I should have maybe weaned it down, done like keto and then keto war and then gone all carnivore. Because I went from binging on sugar and carbs for a 4-day period and then straight into carnivore, like
Mm.
beef and eggs.
Did
That's
you
it.
give up the Dr. Pepper too right away?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't touched any sodas, diet sodas, whatever. I only drink water and one coffee in the morning.
Do you feel like the carnivore diet has helped you drop that stuff easier than if you weren't on this diet?
Yes, yes, because the the sugar craving is gone. The craving for something sweet is gone. It's I can walk past donuts in the shop, and I don't do a lot of shopping anymore because I go straight in, know what I want, and then straight out. You don't have to wander around everywhere in the shop. But to get to the bacon and eggs in the shop over here, you walk past a donut stand, where I used to buy at least 4 of those donuts. And I could feel the texture and the taste, and all of this. Now I stopped and I looked at them and I thought, I can't even remember what they taste like.
Mm,
That was really strange because
yeah.
but that's the thing with other stuff as well. Like melted cheese, I can't remember what it tastes like because I haven't had it for so long.
Wow.
It's a strange sensation.
I can relate to walking by the donut shop, man, because when I was in Milwaukee and I'd had to pass a donut shop, just looking in the window and looking at the donuts, I swear my ass would jiggle for a week, man. It's not good, man. I would just put on weight just looking at the goddamn
Yeah,
donuts. So I
yes,
try to stay away from it, you know what I'm saying, as much as I could.
yeah.
Um, so you mentioned a couple. What are your favorite carnivore YouTube channels that you watch?
Well, I do watch a lot of Dr. Barry, definitely. Uh, Kelly Hogan, and what's his name?
Is he
Oh,
a doctor or
no, no, no. It's one of the guys that Kerry always mentions. Who started, who's been
Bill?
doing, it's doing like 900 days now of carnivore.
Is it Bill?
No, I'm watching the Bill videos as well, and I'm watching a lot of your videos as well. So I'll get back to it when I remember. It's
Yeah, yeah, check it out. And I'm just gonna read this comment from Mr.
yeah,
Carnivore. He says vegans, vegetarians, paleo, keto, carnivore, everyone is just trying to be healthy. We all need to work together. I actually really agree with that, man. Because if someone's going to do paleo or vegetarian and it actually is working for them, I'm not going to get on them, man. And it's just as long as they don't try to spit in my face at the same time. Like if we can just agree to, be healthy, that would be awesome.
yeah, but that's the thing that I said earlier on as well, is that I don't care what you eat as long as it makes you feel good. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here or anywhere else to discuss with vegans or vegetarians or keto or carnivore or whatever. I'm just here to do me,
Yeah.
and I'm not here to promote me or my channel. I'm here to promote this way of living,
Well,
carnivore
I'm
living.
here to promote your channel.
Yeah,
So here,
yeah, yeah. But that's not my main focus here.
no, I understand. I
I
understand.
haven't posted a lot. I just did a couple of videos just to see how this was going, But I don't know if that's for me at all. But I wanted to share my story and to say, okay, there's a guy in Norway, crazy guy in Norway is doing this stuff, and it works for him as well. So it means it works all over the world. You can live wherever you want in this world, and this will work for you.
Are
So
you said you mentioned Facebook. You're on Facebook, right?
yes.
Is it per Axel do they look up or Miss Norway go what do they look up?
No, it's my name, Per Aksel Lundgren, but actually, my friends list is full, so I don't think I can get any more friend
Oh
requests.
man, you guys, he is very popular on Facebook, man. Man, they
But
shouldn't even have a limit on Facebook. That's whack, man. We got to talk to
yeah,
whatever that guy is.
yeah, 5,000 is not enough. Tell them.
Yeah, we got to talk to Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
And
you can go and follow, and you will see my posts because I make most of my posts like public anyway.
okay.
Somebody wants to connect, so they're
Are
all
you
welcome.
on Facebook more than you post on YouTube?
Yes, definitely. I
Okay,
post on.
just wondering in
I'm
case.
on Facebook. I'm on Facebook all the time. So I'm crazy. There's probably just old people who are there. So that's why I'm there.
Brandon, Mr. Carnivore says everyone becomes a health expert when you tell them you're going carnivore. Oh my gosh, you have no idea, man. I was in the dentist office the other day, and every single person there was like, they overheard me talking about the carnivore diet, and they're like, "You really don't eat vegetables. You really don't eat." I must have told them like 30 times, like, "Yes, I really don't eat vegetables."
Yeah.
Like, I hate to just keep telling it to you, and then, but they were all very nice, and my dentist is a vegan, and she was
Mm.
just very sweet about it, and she we just agreed to, and we didn't even agree to disagree. We just, that's what she does, this is what I do, and we just loved each other, and that's it, man. We don't I didn't judge her, she didn't judge me, and that was nice. It was a nice day. But I
I,
do you feel like that, man? Everybody becomes a health expert as soon as you talk about carnivore. All of a sudden, they just you didn't even know that they were some doctor expert, and all of a sudden they're spouting all this stuff.
yeah, yeah. Show me your diploma. Show me your credentials, and I'll listen to you. But usually, it's just some hearsay or something that they've been told or inherited from their parents or whatever. It's usually nothing substantial. And it's the same thing. I don't know if you experience this, but I've been to some restaurants or steakhouses or whatever, and I said, okay, I'm gonna have this ribeye here. Then, okay, what do you want on the side? I want nothing on the side. I just
Butter,
want meat.
butter. Give me some
Yeah,
butter.
and like give me some sea salt, as a side. And are you sure? And then the question, that sounds very boring. And I was like, don't tell me if it's boring. That's not your job. Your job is to bring me a steak. And I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, I didn't say that, but that was in my mind. I'm not rude to people in the service industry. I'm not. But
yeah. I don't
and
want my stuff
come
getting
out,
spit on. You know.
here is your steak. Are you sure that's all you want? They're super afraid that it's gonna be wrong. Yeah, I just want the steak. Thank you. This is perfect.
I feel when I go to restaurants and order things less, make them more simple, it
Yeah,
actually complicates things for them because they're used to doing it the complicated way and putting all this junk on the plate. And then when you just want something simple, they're like, "Oh, wait, 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 what?" It's like, dude, this is really, I actually made it easier. You only have to put one item on the plate, and this is somehow confusing. Here.
yeah. Lose the rest. Lose the condiments. Lose the fries. Lose everything. Just
For me,
bring
it
me.
was tough to kick the ketchup. I was still eating my burgers with ketchup like the first 2 weeks of carnivore. I could admit that, man. I was dirty as hell.
But that's the thing. I mean, I did eat a lot of sausages and deli meat and whatever in the beginning, but it's become cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. That's the thing. And sometimes I use mustard on my sausages. That's the only condiment
Mm.
apart from
How
maybe the
dare
hot.
you? How dare you, Axel?
How dare you? Yeah, I should be excluded from the
Yeah,
carnivore club.
you're outcasted now.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Are
for
you not pure?
yeah, right. No, no one's perfect, and I didn't start it either, and I'm still not perfect, and I think with the ketchup, I was just so used to eating burgers and French fries as a kid with
Yeah,
ketchup. And then the French fries were easy to kick, so I didn't eat ketchup with those because I stopped, but I was still eating the burger patties because they're allowed on carnivore.
yeah, yeah.
So for some reason, like it was like I obviously don't need ketchup with my burger. There's no law that says you gotta have it, but my mind
There's
said I
no.
needed it.
Yeah, definitely. No,
It's
but
tough.
that's the thing. It's like I said in the beginning as well. Just getting used to having a plate with no greens on it. It was like sand in the machinery. There was some cogwheels that didn't work right when I didn't see the stuff on my plate.
Yeah.
Mm.
Brandon says I get charged full price for a burger patty sometimes. LOL. $19 burger patty, literally just meat.
I
Yeah,
hear
man,
you,
they don't
Brandon.
care.
I hear you. I've had that as well. The most expensive burger patty ever. I mean, they removed everything, and it was just the burger, maybe just the burger and the bacon, and it was still like 15 quid or whatever. Okay, I had to eat, so I didn't discuss it with them.
Yeah, it's like, well, whatever, man. At least by me, we've got a place called Culver's, and when you order your burger without all the stuff and no bun, they actually take that off the price of the burger.
Oh, good.
The only place I've ever seen do it. So, and they've got all the burgers from Culver's come from Wisconsin beef cattle. So
Nice.
it's really high class steak beef, man. And they fry it up with the crispy edges around the burger because it's really like a really thin patty. Oh man, I could eat it all day, all day. Now I got two more questions before we wrap up. Then we'll let you get some rest because you're up late. Um, would you take $1 million to go back to your old way of eating, Axel?
Oh no.
You
I
sure, man? That's a lot of quid.
I know, but I would die, wouldn't I? So I would never get to spend it. And the thing is, feeling the way I feel like $1 million already. So that would be
Oh, you're the first person to say that. I love that, man.
that would be a bad switch. So no, definitely no.
Definitely no. Yeah, I wouldn't take it either, man, because I feel like, if you've got your health, you can make all the money in the world. But if you don't have your health, whatever money you do have, you're just going to be spending on trying to get your health back.
The thing is, I've found out that the most important thing in the world is not money, it's time for
You don't
me.
get it back, do you? You can make the money. If you lose $10, you can get another $10 back, but man, you lose 10 minutes, you ain't gonna get that 10
Nope,
minutes back,
nope,
man.
nope,
It's
never.
gone, dude. Yeah,
So
no, that's
hopefully we can gain some more time with this way of eating in this world.
absolutely. You know,
Yeah.
I've been telling people, and not to sound morbid, we're gonna die on any diet we're on eventually, but I've been telling people, do I think we're gonna last a heck of a lot longer on this diet? Oh yeah. We're gonna
Mm,
have a lot more memories to make, hug our family a lot more times,
yep,
it's just you're gonna see a lot more sunsets on this diet than you
yep,
would have a
yes,
different one.
yes.
Yeah. So that's because some people think like when I'm talking about carnivore, they think like, well, I'm just gonna live forever. I know I'm not gonna live forever, but I think I'm gonna definitely live a lot longer than I would have than eating the standard American diet. That's for sure.
You started pretty early as well on this diet, didn't you? You said you were 34, right?
I'm 34. Yep. I just
Yeah,
turned
yeah, yeah.
34 on the
I
21st.
mean,
Yes, last month.
you got some. I mean, I'm 54, so I've already got 20 more years on this diet than you had. So this is going to benefit you in the long run, definitely. Spend those
Yeah,
20 years,
and
spend
I
those
tell
20
people,
years wisely.
yeah, yeah, no, I'm staying on it. Trust me. And I tell people, because I've been getting a lot of people on here and they kind of beat themselves up like, well, yeah, I kind of started this late. And I say better late than never, man, because there are people today who died today and I don't know who they are. I never met them, but they died and they never heard about this. And,
Yep.
they can't say better late than never. They can't say that, man. They never got the opportunity to maybe even hear about the carnivore diet. So that's why I have you guys on here so we can save a life, man. Even if it's just 1, 2 lives, man, that's amazing because you never know what those 1 or 2 people are going to go on to do, and maybe they'll save millions of people.
Mm. And
You never know.
that's why we need to get this movie, the Carnivore Diet movie, made so that people can see it on Netflix and Hulu or whatever it gets put out and hear about this diet and understand that you don't get scurvy, you don't die of clogged arteries or heart disease or whatever. You lose weight and you get energy and you feel better. So that was the shout out.
Yeah, I like that. And to piggyback off that, I think this documentary is going to be an awakening to all these years. Like even the back to the day. I remember I was just talking about Popeye and the spinach.
Yeah, yeah,
This culture has been going like this for so long,
yeah. Mm,
all over the place. We've just been living with like, well, you got to eat your veggies, you got to have this. This is going to be a huge wake up call for people who thought that when you eat this stuff, you have a heart attack and die right away. And they're just gonna, I think they're gonna be just their jaws are gonna be on the floor. They're gonna be shocked, man, because they're like, wow, you don't actually die like
yeah,
that from carnivore, and it's gonna be a shocker to a lot of people. It's gonna be I call it, it's gonna be a wake up call, man, because they're all sleeping and they're used to living this certain way like Popeye. And I really don't see the Popeyes, man. Too many of them. I don't see too many people eating spinach and getting really buff, man. Maybe in the cartoons, but
yeah. But it's up to us to prove it as well, because the anecdotal evidence, that's the thing. I can listen to anyone talk about whatever and sounds good or makes sense, but when I hear like a personal story shared and I see the changes that have happened in their lives, health issues, weight loss, and mental health being better, getting a better life, that has huge effect on me, much bigger than any doctor or nurse or whatever could tell me about anything, because it's a personal story shared that I did this and this happened. So that's
that's why
all I
I'm
wanted
obsessed with
to say.
having you guys on here because I'm just like I'm a normal dude like you guys, man. I don't have a medical degree. I don't have millions of followers, man. I'm just a normal dude, man, who's on carnivore and meeting a bunch of other people who are in the similar boat, man. They're trying to reverse sleep apnea. They're trying to get rid of IBS. They're trying to get rid of whatever. And we all might be trying to get rid of some different things, but we're all doing this together. We're all in this journey called life, man. Like I'm awake right now. I'm alive. I'm breathing, and I'm talking to you, Axel. Like we're in this together. You might be very far away from me, but we're in this together, man. Like
And that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the beauty of the internet. I mean, the internet has got a lot of things that not so good, but one of the great things is that if you do your own research, you can find the things you need to find on YouTube or Rumble or whatever, and you can make these changes. Because before I heard about it on YouTube from people in the US, I had never heard about this.
Really?
No, I'd heard about like a paleo diet, like way before like eating ancestrally or whatever. I understand it's something similar, but when Ken Berry started talking about carnivore diet, I was like blown away. It's like, whoa, because I'd heard that you could die from eating only meat because you get like protein poisoning and all this stuff, like the hunters got when they only eat rabbits,
Hmm.
from back then. But of course, there were no fat on the rabbit, so they
It's
ate. That's the thing. That's why you need to get the fat and the salt, and all of this. So it's the things you believe or you think you know.
now, quick question: did Vikings come from Norway?
Yes.
I asked that because I had a friend on here, Misty, Ketoing Viking.
Okay.
You should look her up, the Ketoing Viking. She is awesome, man, and she
Okay.
she does her carnivore diet how the Vikings would whatever a Viking would eat, because her ancestry is Norway. So
Yeah. Oh,
she
cool.
only eats whatever a Viking would eat.
Yeah.
So like fish, elk, like whatever a Viking
Yeah.
would have had, whether they
Yeah.
were on the boat or she says when they got off the boat, they were raiding different lands. And then
Yeah.
they would have, like caribou and stuff like that. But then she said back on the ship, they would eat like seal and whale, like more fatty fish.
Yes. As long as she stays away from mushrooms, that will be fine.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you should check her out, man. She's got the Norway ancestry and she's the Ketoing Viking and she paints her
Keep
face
doing
up like a
Viking. I'm
Viking.
gonna write that down, man.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, she is awesome. I absolutely love her. I text her all the time. She's actually sending me some beef jerky because she's hunting right now.
Wow, cool. Where does she live though?
I'm not sure. I gotta double check. I
Okay.
think she's in the States here, but
Yeah.
her family, like her grandparents and all that, were from Norway, and they raised her up with that culture still, even over here, And they were like, "Hey, this is where you're from. This is how we ate. This is what we did."
There was a lot of people from Norway that went to the US in the early 1900s in search for work or a new promised land,
Hmm.
a land of hope and glory and possibilities and whatever. So there's a lot of people in the US with Norwegian ancestry.
Yeah, check her out. You would like her. So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up for you. Now we'll get on the last question here. This is a good one. What's on your heart, man? What would you like to speak to the people about? Could be anything, man. Good, bad, doesn't matter. What's on your heart, Axel?
I didn't expect that one. No, it's basically what I said before. I'm not here to promote me. I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to promote or talk about being a carnivore. And and that's the thing, because the society today is about, selfies and influencers and Instagrams and getting a boob job or lip
Flashy.
fillers or whatever. And that is so far from who we are supposed to be, in my opinion. We're supposed to be true to ourselves. We're supposed to live in harmony with nature and with God. That's how I feel about this. And carnivore is for me living in harmony with nature. I think basically that uh, the animals were put on this planet for us to eat them. So I mean, this might be far off for some people. I don't know, but I think we should be true to ourselves, in this, and get away from this superficial, self-promoting society that we live in. Because I've been watching your videos, and you are really pushing for this carnivore diet movie. You're pushing for this diet. You really want other people to find what you have found and to get help like you've been helped. And there's something very spiritual about that I like, helping other people by bringing your own testimony, showing what you've done, because nobody could tell me what to do because I was so strong-headed. But by showing me what you had done, I could see it and believe it with my own eyes and then do it.
Mm.
And that's what I hope to achieve by being here as well. Hoping that, oh, even this crazy guy in Norway can do it, then probably I can do it too. You know.
Yeah, if you got any old footage of you DJing and stuff, man, put it up. Do the same thing. Make your story, man. Let us see the old you and let us see the new you. You know, like I think it's fascinating.
Yes, I'll see if I get around to it. I'm like I said, I'm not really very active on the YouTube channel. It was just something I did for fun to
Definitely.
get out there. Uh, that's why I'm here talking to you instead of putting my own videos up, really. But and getting the conversation going, which I think is really great. Your idea of chatting with carnivores, because then you get there's so many different aspects to this. Like you say, oh yeah, I was struggling with this and this and this, and other people are struggling with other issues, but we're all getting help from the same diet. And that's
It's amazing.
yeah. I think it's so wonderful. So we need to spread the word about this. And yeah, I'm very grateful that you've had me on here.
I'm grateful you've come on and stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning, dude. Like 3:30 now almost. I gotta let you go, but like you guys, he stayed up till 3:30 in the morning for us. You guys, like, dude, man, hats off to you, man. Like honestly, you are the bomb, dude. I didn't know we'd have this much in common, dude. I this was super fun, dude. Man, it was fun, dude. I'm telling you, I'm almost at a loss of words because of how similar we are. You know, the age might be a little different, but you know, we went through similar things, and I think
Yeah,
it's awesome.
same but different. That's the thing. That's yeah.
Yeah, and you guys, go subscribe to Axel's channel. I mean, not only does he have a cool name, he's on the carnivore diet. He's killing it, man, and he's feeling good. He's looking good. He's got the carnivore glow, man. He's just killing it, man. And I love all the stuff, man, that you eat, man, from ribeyes to moose meat to whale, like, man, salmon, trout. I love it, dude. Like, this has been a very fun interview. I've had a lot of fun.
Me
I
too.
hope you guys all go and subscribe to his channel because this has been the bomb, dude. It really has been. Did you have fun, Axel?
Oh, definitely. I loved it. So hope to see you around some other time.
Yes. Yeah, and you guys, my coach always says the first law of learning is repetition. So
Yeah.
please replay this. You're gonna laugh, man. We talked about some funny stuff. You're gonna learn some stuff. You're gonna learn some stuff about Axel here, and you're gonna grow some more in that time that you're doing all that learning. So please replay this. There's value in Axel, and there's value in his story. And once again, dude, you have the coolest name, man. Before I let you go, I love that per Axel. I love that.
Yeah.
You guys, I had a blast. Yeah, make sure you say goodbye to Axel here. I will be having you back, man, whenever you want to come on. And next time we'll do it at a better time, more reasonable to you. Okay.
That's fine. I would love to come back. And thank you so much to everybody who's been here watching it and who's going to be watching it in the future. So peace
Yep.
out from
Yeah.
Norway.
Peace out, guys. Rick, I'll do my duck face for you on the way, but I'm going to have a little private chat here with Axel, and we'll see you guys later.